Tonight, outrage from right-wing groups and Trump-aligned Republicans after federal agents searched the former president's Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida.
So I think every Republican believes that the FBI, when it comes to Trump and other organizations, have lost their mind.
Some of Trump's online supporters going as far as threatening to wage a civil war, while elected officials are promising revenge on the Department of Justice and FBI. Republican Arizona Representative Paul Gosar tweeting that he will support a complete dismantling and elimination of the FBI, an agency headed by a Trump appointee, Christopher Wray. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy adding that, quote, when Republicans take back the House, we'll conduct immediate oversight of the Justice Department.
Have a warrant, you need justification, and that says that no one is above the law.
We are seeing mainstream public figures in the media and in elected office who are mimicking some of the language on these extremist forums, and they are throwing fuel on a raging fire.
This morning, ABC News has learned President Biden's legal team has found a second batch of classified documents, just days after the White House confirmed classified records were found at Biden's former D.C. office last November before the midterm elections.
We don't have any indication that President Biden knew about them. He certainly has demonstrated no intent to deceive or obstruct the government by keeping them, and that's in direct contrast to President Trump.
Much we don't know about the Biden document case. And there's still a lot we don't know about the Trump case, too. So Biden's case, what we know from the Biden team is that they said they voluntarily handed them over.
As soon as his lawyers realized these documents were there, they did the right thing and immediately turned them over to the archives.
Garland didn't offer any details about why there is a special counsel, why they believe there was criminal wrongdoing. These are two very politically fraught investigations, so be careful not to use details from one to fill in details on the other or to compare them when we don't have all the details.
Right. Well, we all know that Mar-a-Lago was raided by the FBI. Apparently because Donald Trump had taken some documents that were deemed classified to his residence. Now, that was unprecedented to raid the residence of a former president. The research that we found said every president and vice president had mistakenly taken a few documents, but they had never been raided. President Biden was quick to condemn former President Trump. He called him irresponsible. And now what we found out yesterday is President Biden did the exact same thing. But we haven't seen any raid of President Biden's former residence. Look.
We are absolutely pro-life for the whole life, which means we're not just interested in abortion, we're also interested in assisted suicide. We want to do the kinds of things that are conducive to life at every level by everybody.
They support universal access to affordable mental health care and the destigmatization of mental illness in order to prevent suicide. They believe that federal and state governments should collaborate to guarantee universal health care through single-payer initiatives and direct subsidization of provider networks, while also easing restrictions on the importation of prescription drugs. They say in order to improve health outcomes in the United States, the government needs to negotiate pricing to end corporate exploitation of patients. What about their views on civil rights? The ASP believes in the right to free exercise of religion, freedom of conscience and expression, a fair justice system, and equal protection under the law. This includes advocating for laws that protect religious institutions, small businesses, and individuals from civil or criminal liability for choosing to follow their conscience in matters regarding life, healthcare, morality, sexuality, and marriage. They acknowledge the persistence of discrimination based on religion, race, ethnicity, and sex, and support laws favoring equal access to the polls, the courts, housing, and education. They believe that racial discrimination has stripped ethnic minorities of equal access to these things.